Hello everyone, it is Guinevere, and this video is for anyone who is going through any kind of big change in their life, or who is thinking about going through a big change. In this video, I am particularly going to be talking about aesthetic change and style change, because I'm going to be talking about my own personal experiences with that, but so much of this video can apply to so much more. About 15 years ago, I started to wear only black. I am wearing black in this video, but I would say that this was a different kind of style. I dressed very dark. I wore super dark makeup, and just everything that I collected was super dark and super goth, and I really liked that for a long time. So what happened? What changed? So first, something that I would like to clear the air about is that during the time that I was most involved in this and that I was most involved in these music scenes, I was kind of a jerk. I was an elitist, and I was a gatekeeper, and I would like to say that that was only a brief stint of my time most involved in this, but regardless, it was a way that I was for a while, and it wasn't okay. I began to really realize that this wasn't the sort of person that I wanted to be, and I got to the point that I felt that in order to become a better person, to mature, to grow from all of this, I really needed to leave the spaces that were influencing me in this way, and that I was also not contributing anything positive to anymore. And I think that it is okay to recognize the things that you regret and learn to live with them while you also learn from them. That one decision has ultimately opened a lot of doors and led to a lot of change in my life, and all of those things I think have been for the better. So I hope that that does clear some things up, because I've gotten a lot of very confused comments and messages over the years from people who don't understand or are wondering what the story is, why I would go through such big changes. And part of it is that, but also part of it is just your style and your aesthetic is really only as important as you make it. The other thing that contributed to my decision to make these changes was simply that I really wanted to try something new. After 10, 13, 15 years of wearing nothing but all black all the time and wearing super dark kind of styles, I got to the point that I really wanted to try something completely different. And I'm very grateful that even though it was a little bit of a scary journey at first, I went through all of the changes that I've gone through, because I have grown so much in so many ways, and I don't think that I would have been able to if I hadn't made that choice and allowed myself to do that. And something else that I realized with time was that I consider myself a very dark person, a very spooky person, but I realized that the way that I dress and the way that I present myself doesn't necessarily have to be that all of the time. If anything, at this point, I really like the idea of being a super girly, super feminine, super pink kind of a person, and also being very dark. I am a horror artist, a horror filmmaker, and I just really like the idea of that duality. And I realized that I really didn't need to be dark all of the time in order to be a dark person or make dark artwork. And that was very liberating for me. That was something that I think that I needed. Now I'm going to answer just a couple of questions that I have received quite a few times. Question number one is going through this kind of change strange? And did I feel any sense of imposter syndrome, or like I wasn't myself anymore? Some kind of variation of that question I have received quite a few times, and the answer is yes. In a lot of ways, I started from the beginning, and when you are trying out brand new styles and doing things that you have never done before, or maybe even never considered before, it's definitely going to be strange at first. But I realized that with time, as I explored different things and I realized what didn't work and what did work, and I eventually found out what kind of styles interested me, it got easier. Each day that you try, each day that you move forward, each day that you push through the awkwardness, it gets easier. But unfortunately, at least in my experience, it was definitely kind of weird and awkward for a while, especially because I had big black hair and I wore really dark makeup for a long time. And I mean, even up until a couple of years ago, I still wore that really heavy, dark makeup because I really just didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to embrace my natural beauty. I really wasn't sure about my natural appearance at the time, and I didn't know if it was possible to be pretty without wearing so much makeup. And getting to this point where I wear so little was a journey. It took years for me to get to the point that I could feel so comfortable wearing so little makeup that I am making YouTube videos wearing this little makeup. And so for me, this is such a big change and so much growth, and I'm very happy because I now appreciate my natural beauty a lot more. I now appreciate my natural features a lot more, and that is also something that I think that I struggled with for a long time, and something that I also needed to develop a more positive relationship with. Question number 2 is, how did friends and family feel about it? Did I lose friends over this? And did anyone think that it was particularly strange? I would say that overall, my friends and family were very supportive of my changes, any of them that I have made over the past few years. But unfortunately, yeah, I've lost a few friends, and I have, of course, lost followers because of this change, and I am not offended by that. I am not bothered by that in any way. I think that this is just the natural flow of life. You don't have to follow people forever or be friends with someone forever or understand them forever, and that's okay. All that you need to do is focus on yourself and focus on what would make you happy and enjoy people's presence when it does exist in your life. What would I consider my style and aesthetic now? So I really don't want to limit myself in any way, and so this could easily be an entirely different list next year. I ultimately just want to follow my heart and do whatever makes me happy. But right now, a lot of the styles that I love are Y2K, princess core, cottage core, coquette, and I definitely still love and dress in dark alternative types of styles. However, they are not really the kinds of things that I used to wear. They are a lot more like what I'm wearing right now in this video. I really hope that this video was helpful to anyone that might need it. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so much for watching it. And thank you so much for being a supporter for however long or short that may be. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And again, let me know down in the comments any kind of accomplishments or any kinds of changes that you have made in your life that you would like to share with me. I would love to hear it. I love you all so much, and I'm going to finally finish this video because I really need to stop talking. I will see you again next time. I love you. Bye!